So last week I was complaining about how every run felt bad. This week was the complete opposite. Every run felt really good, sort of. So Monday was a 12k easy run, although we did go a little bit over and did just under 14, but it was beautiful. We went out to a local park, and it was sunset for most of it. And even though I couldn't see it, I just knew it was spectacular. The sun was sort of shining as it was setting. It was warmish, just being around nature, because there's like a wooded bit and lakes. And we stopped to take some photos. And then the moon came out, and all the planets are aligning or something at the moment. And yeah, they were all visible. So it was just a beautiful run. Made me really appreciate how lucky I am that I can run. I can go outside. I might not be able to see, but I can still experience. And yeah, it's what makes it so enjoyable and keeps me going. So yeah, it was just a beautiful run, and just made the miles feel really easy. Tuesday was a speed session or an interval session. It was 3 lots of 10 minutes at half marathon pace with 2 minutes jogging recovery in between. It's done indoor on the treadmill, as most, if not all, my speed sessions are. And again, went really well. And yeah, I'm just thankful of how the exercises and warm-ups have helped and the pain has gone, to the point where it was frustrating towards the end where I was hitting top speed, if not quicker than half marathon pace, and feeling comfortable for the 10 minutes and thinking only 2 and a bit weeks ago, I was in pain and couldn't even run a half marathon probably properly. And so yeah, it was frustrating at how good it felt, which is a strange thing to say. I have invested in compression socks. My God, they're so expensive. I don't know if I just had a bad deal. I tried to shop around online, but yeah, very expensive. But don't know if they help. Although my guide Andy was saying they can help with recovery, or makes recovery quicker. So they may not feel like they're doing much, which is again annoying when you spend so much. I did buy 6 pairs, which may have been excessive, but I run sometimes 6 days a week. But yeah, I won't put it down to that. I will definitely put it down to the exercises and actually warming up. But yeah, speed session on Tuesday went very well. Wednesday midweek long run, which was 16k, was quite uneventful because I can't even remember it. Looking back, yeah, I can't say anything interesting happened. It definitely was not as beautiful as Monday's run. I think we just sort of, my guide and I just talked throughout it, and it was fine. It felt easy. I'm sure we did a slightly different route as well. Not that it matters to me because it's all dark, but generally it can be quite nice doing a different route. But yeah, an easy, uneventful, uncommentative, if that's a word, Wednesday long run, which I suppose is quite good. Yeah. I love this t-shirt. It says, "You're in my blind spot." It was a gift from a good friend, Molly. I love when I get to the gym in places like that. It always brings a smile to my face. Anyway, so Thursday is rest day, and Friday was another speed session. It was 10 lots of 60 seconds, so a minute at fast pace with a minute recovery in between, and then 5 lots of 30 seconds at fast pace with 30 seconds recovery in between. I'm not sure what fast pace is, so I always do it as above my target 5k pace by a few, probably by half a kilometre more, or however you set it on a treadmill. It was quite interesting actually, because I thought my treadmill was feeling a bit stiff, so I re-lubricated it and it felt like I was running on ice. It was like, obviously I did it the right way. It was under the belt, not on the belt, so I don't know why it was slippy, but I suppose it's doing stuff underneath. And also I was worried that my pain that I had a few weeks ago was potentially caused by my shoes, because on race day I wear carbon plated shoes. And then I realized I never wear carbon plated shoes unless it's on race day, so my legs, my feet aren't used to it. So I might start doing at least one speed session a week wearing them, just to build that muscle memory. But yeah, it felt fine on my feet, and my legs didn't hurt, so I think it's not shoe related, the pain. But it was just good testing that variable and making sure it wasn't that. But yeah, very interesting being on a very lubricated treadmill. It felt a bit like Bambi on ice. And I almost slipped once, which is rare on a treadmill, and there is no room to slip in the room the treadmill is in, because I'd hurt myself. But yeah, I felt positive. I always worry about doing a speed session on Friday because it always happens to be late on the day, just after I finish work. And again, I was out for work, which just meant it was late. And then I always do my long run on a Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, so there isn't a lot of recovery time. But yeah, it was a relatively short speed session, and my long run on Saturday hasn't been, or wasn't going to be, as long as it had been the previous week. And it's just good running on those tired legs, because during the end of the marathon, I will have very tired legs. So Saturday is long run day. I was feeling really up for it. And then just as I was about to leave, like 5 minutes before, I had a nosebleed. Get them all the time, so it's not unusual, but it normally is, and this is TMI, but it's like opening a tap from both sides, and it just would not stop. And I always not worry, but I'm like, that's a fair amount of blood loss. Not that it's normally an issue, because like I said, I have them every day, a couple of times a day sometimes. But it just sets off the mood wrong, because I was worried about being late, because I always rely on my guide. He picks me up, he runs with me, drops me home. So it's his time I feel like I'm wasting if I'm late. And I respect his time too much for that, really. So yeah, I was frustrated and stressed out with the nosebleed. Started off late. And then my legs just felt like lead. After saying the whole week felt so good, every day felt great, it was difficult to get those legs moving. And it is very foggy, very cold, very early start, so maybe there's something to it. It was supposed to be a 20k easy run with a half an hour marathon effort in between. And I thought, I am not going to be able to do the marathon effort, but it actually went okay. And I actually felt it easier running at marathon effort than I did at the easy effort. My legs just seemed to click in. Annoyingly, most of that marathon effort was uphill because of the path that we were running on. But it felt good. I felt strong. And yeah, it felt much easier running at a faster pace than it did starting off at an easy pace, which seems counterintuitive. There may be something about warming up, making it feeling easier when you pick it up. I don't know what it was. And then, like always, finished on a park run. and I had two lovely people visiting me from Cheltenham. So it was good to, have a conversation, meet some new people, and yeah, just round it off as a good finish to what I thought would be an awful, horrible, longish run. And yeah, that's been my week of running. Like I said, most of it felt great. I feel really good. And now we are sort of at the start of the peak of training for London. Got a race next week that I'm not going to race, but just sort of get a feel and the environment of a race day event, a 20 miler. So looking forward to that with a bit of a taper for the upcoming week. But yeah, after that initial setback of the half marathon, I am feeling back in a good place, both physically and psychologically. So hopefully it's onwards and upwards.